Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Whims legacy, our niche tribe that is geared around all things random as the nicheling gods look on and use random generators to determine the fate of this tribe. And we have just had quite the exciting twist as Raspberry, aka Rasp, who has spent most of his life hounded by the dreams of snow and ice that he has been given as the child of the rogue Yuki, who came by as a rogue male this time, which kind of took me back a little bit, has finally fulfilled his destiny. And Rasp has fulfilled his destiny at discovering who was hiding in the other of the icebergs on this island. And the answer was Galera. She has been renamed to Galera, but she is a pretty darn strong for at least what our tribe has to offer, nicheling with the beautiful megahorns. I love megahorns. I just think that they are a really fun, beautiful feature for nichelings to have, and I highly appreciate how they have so much strength attached to the top of my nichelings' heads. Not to mention, I think this is one of the most beautiful pairs of megahorns I think I have ever seen on a nicheling before. So this should be a lot of fun as Galera manages to find her place in the Whims tribe. And the shape of the tribe may be changing very soon because unfortunately Mouse, who is the one that currently the nicheling gods have been watching over for most of her life, is about to pass away. And when she dies, we lose the ability to have 18 tribe members, and we will have to shrink the tribe down to whatever number her heir, the next nicheling that the nicheling gods decide to pay attention to, will roll. And we can roll a number between 2 or 20. So I'm kind of hoping we'll roll like a 20 and we'll be able just to have lots of fun babies and prepare ourselves and get really strong before we wander into the jungle, which is the next island that we have actually been assigned to travel with our Whims. And I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is going to be kind of interesting. I still have some pregnant females that need to have babies. Over here, we just had Von Takier with his father Duknu discover a new tree of life that the family can settle around, which Sunra can actually help out with. He spent his whole life following the stronger nichelings and like, wait for me, guys. He cannot fight to save his life, but he does have toxic body, and that might actually be something that we definitely want to breed with if we are going to prepare ourselves for the jungle. So there's a lot of decisions that need made, and many of them are actually going to be made on the whims of the nicheling gods. So let's carry on. We are going to go ahead, and we are now having Galera turn around. She's hungry after her long time in the ice. She will go ahead and get something delicious to eat. And then I think that wraps up everybody except Mouse, who just unfortunately lost her youngest child as it was taken away by one of the big blue birds. I meant to be able to fight the bird. Or not fight the bird. Hopefully we can do that with the new niche update. Sorry, I was just thinking about how I wanted to take vengeance for the lost baby. So I'm going to fight this bird. But I meant to put the baby into the hot spring because she was a sickly baby. And then I meant to move Mouse over next to her. But as soon as Mouse gently pushed the baby ahead of her to go into the hot spring, the bird swooped down and took her. So Mouse is kind of reeling from the loss of her mate Trevon, and she is reeling from the loss of her youngest child, the firstborn sickly child they ever had. And Trevon and Mouse did believe it was because they corrupted the bond between each other by having Trevon have a child with Blessy the Blessed, who came out of a iceberg from over here, and now because she fell into the waiting arms of some of the older nichelings and broke the bonds they had with some females, we feel the tribe may be being punished. Who knows which one of the nicheling gods in our nicheling pantheon are so upset, but it must be one of them who's really big about monogamy, because they're definitely are struggling ever since we started like letting the males breed with multiple females. So Blessy is now recovering from having lost her youngest daughter, who has run away. This is her youngest daughter, and she ran away with this guy Taro. And also, her eldest son just doesn't seem very interested in this tribe. The call of the water for him is so overwhelming that he is swimming out to sea. So Blessy is sick. She has no children. She feels guilty because she cracked out of that iceberg and now has brought down a whole bunch of ill will from the nicheling gods onto the tribe. But I think she may find some solace in Squirrel's arms. So we'll have to see if she and Squirrel will be able to have some good children soon. But that all depends on how many nichelings I get to keep after Mouse is gone. So let's carry on and find out, shall we? All right, scooching along, scooching along. Let's go ahead, and we are now going to have Raspberry and Galera actually work on wiggling back over to the other side of the island. So Raspberry will be showing Galera the ropes on how to get over there. We have Duke and his younger sister Isera, and I believe they would come up here. Oh, and actually Duke might be a good mate for Galera. We're gonna have to figure out who should cross over with who, but it all depends on how many nichelings we will be able to keep. Oh, look at this. We have bunnies and we have nuts down here. Lots and lots of food to pick from. So here we go. Finally, Sunra can come on down and he can be like, see, I told you guys I could help. And I feel like Sunra and Von Takir like are best friends, even though like they're you know, Sunra can be kind of a little bit of a pain tagging along with the stronger nichelings but not really able to help. I feel like these two are just absolute best friends for life, so they're adorable. Remy has unfortunately gotten sick from that sickly child that we had. I'm gonna have her come on down. Can I have her scoot? She's got like, oh, she's probably gonna sneeze and stuff, and her mate, well, her mate's old too. She's gonna have her baby right there near the tree. And then over here, what do we have going on? We still have Mouse alive, thank goodness. We have Rila, who is helping with gathering some of the nuts. Blessy is no longer sick. I'm gonna have her come over. All right, I'm gonna have Blessy come over, and I'm going to have Blessy and Squirrel fall in love, and I'm going to let them have a child. Squirrel, I need to assign his traits. So, all right, when it comes to our Whims tribe and assigning the mutations that they can possibly pass on to their children, we have the rule where I get to pick one of the traits, and then we use a random generator, now provided by the amazing Sarah, who has made a scratch generator where you can go ahead and just roll and figure out what gene to assign to your nichelings. So for Squirrel, I think I would want him to possibly have a child with maybe some more strength, maybe. What did I give Blessy? I gave her ram horns, and then the nicheling gods gave her derp snout. So for Squirrel, I think I'm gonna give him Barina Claw. Yes, I'm gonna give him Barina Claw. It is done. And the nicheling gods have decreed they wish his children to have white horns. So those are the traits that no matter who he mates with, Squirrel will always have to pass on to his children. And Blessy is now learning the ways of the tree of life. So hopefully that will work well for her. Roro is about to age out, and he spends his time gathering up those berries. And to Kiravan, I think I'm gonna actually release this little guy now, because I just really don't get the vibe that he feels very connected to the family. So I'm going to go ahead and just completely release him so he can go and wander about. Sissy, oh, Sissy, you found another tree trunk. Oh, and we've got some bundles over there. Rila, you really can't attack much, can you, my dear? I might send you clam hunting. She might want to go clam hunting instead. All right, and then meanwhile, Mouse, she'll come over. Oh, who's that? That's literally her like, somehow they're related. I think that's like the son of her mate who passed away, actually. So the child, actually, the child that her mate had with another nicheling. Maybe not the kid you want to run into in the forest, but she's not mean. All right, well, Mouse, how much longer? 2 more days left on you. Uh-oh, is it gonna snow? Oh, I think it's about to snow. Oh my goodness, and there's some stuff happening. All right, so let's begin over here. We have got Vonro, the child of Squirrel and Blessy. He has been born with normal body type, unfortunately, but he is a deeply beloved child. I think that finally Blessy is having children that just call after her own heart, and she is very happy to have Squirrel as a mate. So I think that is actually working out great. Also, all right, got the little bunny for food. And then I think Blessy will go ahead and she will have another child while we still can, because we can only have 18 as long as Mouse is with us. But Blessy will go ahead and have another child just so we can have those genes. Roro is about to pass away, unfortunately, but he spent his life well. Mouse is also about to pass away. I'm actually going to let her go ahead and like sit on top of this tree trunk and kind of get a good view of everything that's going on. And we just had this female passed away, and unfortunately she has left behind a sickly child, but I think that she may have passed that sickness on to her child. No, this is just a sickly baby. So it's a very sad situation over here with sickly babies, and I don't know if Sunra and Von Takir would really know what to do about having a sickly younger half sibling to play with, like not related to Sunra at all. And little Issy doesn't even have very good traits, so we'll have to figure out what to do with her. And it all depends on how many nicelings I can have. Ah, I'm so nervous. I don't like it when my nicheling numbers have to dramatically change. All right, and it is getting cold. So just in time to escape the cold, we can bring this group together so that all of these nichelings are meeting. They're kind of saying the how do you do's, and they're able to kind of move together in this cluster and return to either the family or return to roaming the sides. And we'll bring Raspberry with us, but it is getting colder. So I wonder, now that it's colder, are we actually working on, hey Duke, let's check this out. Are we actually working on unlocking spend time in cold climate? This counts as a cold climate if you ask me. So let's see if we manage to get the big body from spending time in this climate. And it is Mouse's last day. Whoa. Who do I want to inherit? Who do I want to inherit? Who do I want to inherit? Good question. I think Isra. I'm gonna have Isra inherit the tribe. And the reason I would do Isra is because she's the youngest child of Mouse and Trivon, and I wanted Squirrel to inherit and kind of keep up with his new mate Blessy. But I mean, they do already have like a good mate system going on there. This is where things get a little bit risky because we've started to bring our genes a little bit too closely together again, and I have mostly females. Maybe I should have Squirrel inherit, actually. I think I'm gonna have Squirrel inherit because he's got a mate with Blessy. Or Vonro? Vonro, how different are you than your dad? Vonro actually has better fertility than his dad, but he's so tiny. Isra is a female though. Yeah, I'm actually gonna have or Galera. Who to pick? Or should it be Blessy? Because she is one of the nichelings, but she's not like directly a whim. I'm gonna pick Squirrel. I'm gonna pick Squirrel. It just feels as much as like logic says is Isra would be a good decision for the next generation. I feel like Squirrel is just, he's already established. He just feels like the natural force to kind of turn to for where our tribe's future will go. And he can also father children with Galera. And yes, Blessy kind of broke the bonds between some of the other nichelings, but Galera and then like unintentionally, and the nicheling gods have punished her, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe the nicheling gods will be more forgiving now that we have accepted our punishment. Perhaps we can pull Galera into the tribe. It depends on how many nichelings we can have. But all right, it is now time for Mouse to pass on, and with her passing on, it is now time for me to learn how many nichelings I can have in this tribe. So goodbye, Mouse, and thank you so much for the ferocious, wonderful strength you have brought to this tribe. Ooh, we just lost a lot of nichelings. Oh my gosh. All right, and Mouse's bones are not even here. They have been swept away into the frost. But all right, guys, so we're now being led by Squirrel. And Squirrel can have 10 nichelings in this tribe. 10 whole nichelings. All right, so we're gonna have to make that happen somehow. I'm so relieved though, because I thought it was going to be like 2 and that was going to be pretty bad, but we can make that happen actually. I think we're gonna go ahead and just kind of release this little cluster. Perhaps I might send Von Takir back over, or maybe Sunra. We'll figure that out, but I need to release 4 nichelings. We can't have any more babies until we're back under the number. We have little baby Rihanna born, and she has her mom's no, she just has big body. She doesn't have her mom's body, unfortunately. But all right, so I think we're gonna start by releasing Sissy and Izana, because these two are kind of like older women who we can release. And let's see, and I kind of feel like we'll release Raspberry. I know, not in a like now I don't want you way, but we have to release some nichelings. And I feel like if we release Raspberry, he can kind of wander away to continue to quest out what his father, Yuki, has given him in all of his dreams and his visions. So we'll go ahead and we will actually release Raspberry because I have to release some nichelings. And I like the idea that he's actually going out on like a vision quest. We're not tossing him out of the tribe because we don't want him anymore. But he's like headed out on some sort of like little vision questy thing. Also, that baby just got eaten. Phooey! No, that is not what I wanted to do. I feel so bad about that now. Oh my gosh, that is not what I was trying to do. Oh dear. All right, and Rila, I'm actually gonna send Rila away. We're gonna release these two older ladies. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna bring Sunra over, and we're gonna bring Von Takir over. Let's see, and they have to be careful because they might starve if I'm not careful. And I do have to release 2 more nichelings. And normally, how am I gonna? Okay. Now it's very tricky when I have to do stuff like this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and release Rila for now. Because I still have to, it's so hard to figure out how to do that without cheating. But I think we've always said if the nichelings are just walking and we're intending to bring them over for release, but they are not like, they're not taking anything out, they're not killing anything, they're not gathering any resource, then it's okay. So I'm gonna have this group come down here, and they're gonna release these nichelings, the older nichelings over here. And Galera, I feel like Galera should mate with Duke. Woo! Sorry about that. Accidentally misclicked and almost saw his genes. That was a close call. Alright, but with Duke, what do I want him to pass on? You know what? Let's throw in, he has not very good fertility, and neither does Galera. So for Galera, I want her to possibly pass on the armored body because I think that would be really fun to see. The big giant antlers and the armored body. And then any baby she has might have both of the traits that we got from this island. The Nicheling gods want her to pass on blue eyes. And I'm going to have her become pregnant with Duke's child. And Duke here, I want him to pass on higher fertility so that we can always just keep that up in our tribe. And, oh wow! Yes, it was meant to be! It was meant to be! The Nicheling gods are pleased with us! They want armored body! Armored body as the trait that he passes on! Clearly, they want Galera and Duke to be a couple. That is fantastic! Oh my gosh, that's actually a really good pair. Alright, and now I still need to release, like, 1 more Nicheling. I kind of think it might be Rihanna when she grows up, but I'm out of room to be able to do that. So now I just kind of have to be patient. And Squirrel, I'll send you over here to go get that bundle. And the little baby boy just has to wait. So yeah, I still need to release 1 more nicheling, but I just won't allow them to have any babies until we get to a fair point. All right, there's lots of meat just hanging out everywhere that we'll take care of in a second. I'm going to release the little old ladies so that they can go wander off together, as they have actually been doing, like, for a while anyway. And then that will also make it fair game. Who just got bleached? Sunra? Buddy? You're literally like that friend who always just seems to get themselves in the really confusing, slightly embarrassing, weird situation where you're like, dude, how? That's Sunra. I love him. He's adorable. He's an adorable dork, and I love him. All right, we're going to release Sissy as well. And there we go. Now we're down to enough nichelings that we can start having some babies. Yay! All right, I'm going to have Galera have a baby, because that would work out very well. Squirrel is going to pop back over to his family like, brr, it's very cold out there. Let's see. We're going to get more going on here. Blessy can jump up. And she cannot have any more children just yet, but she can gather up this food from the Tree of Life with her family. So there we go. Okay, we had to shrink the tribe down a little bit, but I'm very happy bringing these boys over because I think their genes would be useful. And I think that we may have Izizra actually mate with Sunra, and we'll see where that goes. But otherwise, we've sort of paired off some of our nichelings so they have proper mates now. And Izizra, I might send you down here because you can get these delicious pieces. There we go. Oh, she even got that worm. Nice. All right, so we're doing it. We're doing it. We managed to get our tribe down to the size we needed. And now to see what Galera's first child will be with Duke. Hopefully this will be a really exciting turn. And also, now that we're down to like only 10 members allowed, how many spots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's actually perfect, because then that kind of encourages us to move on to the jungle. And I think we're probably going to do that because I want to unlock more of the genes. And now that we have unlocked both of these icebergs, then there's a lot of incentive to keep moving on. Maybe Sunra is starting to have some visions. He's very young too. Wow, I didn't realize that. So yeah, maybe next generation, that's what we'll do. Also, welcome into the family, Duke Nunu. Somehow you were born with nothing that we needed, but that's okay. You're still a beloved member of the tribe. Oh dear, and now Sunra has gone and frozen himself. Your name is literally Sunra. You shouldn't manage to freeze yourself. Your name is literally the sun, like twice, because then there's the sun god Ra. So that guy is just he's just, oh my gosh. He's so silly and I love him. All right, and now we have Rihanna. Since we can only have so many members in the tribe, I think we will actually, unless they stand out to me like, wow, I think we will let our juveniles start wandering around. I don't think they can go very far, so I don't think this is a big issue. And it will also allow Blessy to be able to go ahead and have more children, which is nice. Oh look, it's one of our distant cousins to Kirvan, and he's beginning to freeze because it's so cold. We might need to be very careful about food resources in just a second here. Let's also have Galera come over. Hopefully she and her mate will be able to have another child soon. Meanwhile, Sunra, you silly goose you. I might actually send Isra over to this tree after all. Is there another tree? There's not really another tree near the jungle, but I think Isra actually enjoys clamshells anyway. So Sunra, you're gonna come over here, and we're gonna send Von Takir. Von Takir's like, I can't leave you alone, dude. Ah! Why does this happen to you, Sunra? What is his luck? What kind of nonsense life do you have? Just as your best friend bro Von Takir is like, dude, I can't leave you alone. You get into all sorts of trouble. Sunra's like, nah, we're almost back to the family tree. It's gonna be fine. And he walks into the waiting arms of a balance bear. What is happening? Oh my gosh. Sunra, you have literally the worst luck I have ever seen. I love you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see what we are gonna make happen now, my friends. Oh my goodness. Yes, hi. Nice to meet you too. Oh no, and now we have another sickly nicheling with Lasiko here. There's so much happening. She doesn't even have her mom's body type. Curses. Yeah, so balance bear. I think he's hungry. We might want to avoid him. We might have to flee our tree, which is never something I like doing. However, Sunra does look not very appealing. Now is the moment, buddy. If you ever needed a moment to really just make your toxic body stand out so that nobody would ever want to eat you, now's the time. Now's the time. Just putting that out there. All right, so what to do? Another sickly baby. I think that Blessy is really feeling like she is actually cursed at this point and possibly withdrawing into herself once more. Feeling very, woe is Blessy. What has happened? She even has to send her mate away, but she was already expecting, we'll say, cough cough, a new child. So they'll go there. Sunra will be thrown by his best friend Von Takir, aggressively thrown and being like, dude, run. So I think they're gonna keep moving there. We have Sissy popping up to say hello. We'll grab a little mole meat so that we can run for it. Isra will go ahead and grab that berry bush, and then we're gonna go ahead and, can we please, I'm gonna have some more babies. There we go. All right, we're gonna have the son jump over here. We're gonna have mom jump up here. We're gonna have dad jump over here. And we're kind of gonna keep an eye on things. We might leave because it's so cold and because a balance bear has decided to show up. But it doesn't look like I'm getting very many children from Squirrel and Blessy that I can actually keep with me. So I might need to go and fetch Bonro in just a minute here and try to bring him back into the tribe. Oh no. Oh no. Sun Ra! Why? Have you ever asked yourself why sometimes, buddy? Truly, have you? All right, well, now it has begun to snow. We have accidentally gone up over the number of nichelings that were allowed because I got so agitated and distracted noticing what was happening elsewhere. And we had Siko born. And she also does not have her mom's abilities, but she is a healthy young daughter compared to Lasiko, who actually is quite the fighter. And I think Lasiko's like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And going after that bear. And who are you, Nuduk? Now is quite the moment to arrive, sir. Now is quite the moment with your gilled fishing-tailed body, now that it's freezing cold and snowing, to arrive out of thin air. And I need to release a nicheling, unfortunately. I am a little bit in trouble there because I do need to release a nicheling. We actually have Isra frozen down here, which is not good. What to do? I guess I have to release this son of theirs, even though I really... Oh, yes, somebody has finally been born with armored body. Even though I really don't want to release little Duke Nunu, I have to because I went over the number of allowed nichelings without meaning to. Please be well, son. And then we're going to have Blessy. I think that Blessy is like done with this nonsense. She's like, I have Siko, and she is my only healthy child that I have left. This is all I want in life. So Blessy's done with the nonsense of having children and then having them taken away again and again by the... Oh my gosh! Why did my sickly baby get taken? It was right here. It was literally right here. Blessy's right there too. Wait, did I have her right? No. What? Oh, I did. But this nicheling was next to her. I thought it would be fine because a stranger. No. You guys, I think Blessy's heart has just been broken. It is time. It is time. The tree of life is no longer a good resource. It is time to go. Sun Ra appears before Isra to warm her up when she was freezing to death in the last moments, just like that. That's actually quite fitting. We're gonna jump over and re-invite this little guy back into the tribe because he is going to head out with everybody else. We're moving it. We're gonna go ahead. We have a balance bear under the tree of life. We've had a tragedy happen here inside of the nest once more. We're gonna go ahead and we're calling it. We're gonna start moving to a new area. Everybody has to group up. Sun Ra and Isra are gonna have a wonderful, loving relationship, if you ask me. We have this guy coming up to fight with the balance bear. Maybe he thought the balance bear smelled like fish, and suddenly we have this happening instead. Sissy is trying to defend us. We have got Siko, Blessy, Von Takir. It's all just such a mess. And we're gonna make it less of a mess. Oh dear. And there goes Sissy. We're gonna make it less of a mess by having the tribe move on. There are 10 members here. We're going to go ahead. We are going to make sure that they can wiggle out of here before the snows claim them. The Whims just don't seem to be made for the snows, my friends. Blessy doesn't even have as long as I wish she did to remain in this world. She is just so agitated by all of these things. And then Von Takir, you know what? Blessy, I think Blessy's just like, whatever. She doesn't care anymore. Anybody who might offer her some solace at this time of need, she will take. Sun Ra, what kind of babies do I want you to have? How about one with a berry and a claw? Because we're about to be headed to some very dangerous land. And the nicheling gods want him to have medium ears. All right, that's fine. Whew. All right. So, and Isra, what kind of children do I want you to have? Well, why don't we crank up those mega horns, my dear? That would be kind of amazing. And they say, fine, then I take away your cracker jaw and give you big nose. Whew. All right. So yeah, I think that was a lot of unexpected drama, and we have the birds circling overhead for food. And we're at 10. We're at our max of 10 again. So I think we're going to go ahead, move off this island. We're gonna just try to everybody in a big group now. I have these 3 that will have to follow us, but we're gonna scooch ourselves right off this island. I gotta keep everybody kind of in a group and actually waste some turns now and then, unfortunately, because we have to try to keep everybody warm and together. And we are going, there we go. Yeah, we are going to move on to the jungle and just see what happens with our Whims. At the same time, I do wish, is this actually working on the cold, like the cold stuff? If this is working on the cold stuff, I will, it is! Ooh, oh, now what to do, now what to do? Maybe I should stay here. Okay, we should stay here because we need to unlock those antlers and we need to unlock the big body from staying in a cold climate. And it is now officially cold. So, my plans have just been thrown back into my face. Very, very aggressively thrown back in my face. And now I really have to give some thought about what we are going to do. So, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.